I'm going to set you up for another story, okay? Take a drink here. Not sure if you can see I had Panda, but okay. So, I'm sure all of you had, a lot of you, had Trump derangement syndrome. And for those of you watching in India, Canada, bonjour, comment ça va? Je m'appelle Jason. Je suis de Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm just speaking a little bit of French. Je parle français. You know. Mais je ne sais pas toute la langue. Anyway, I said that I speak French, but not all of it. Okay, so took it in high school. So in l'école, oui. Okay, but those of you watching in all those countries, thank you, merci, grazie, wherever you're watching from. Shrimp the Bobby, shrimp the Barbie. G'day, mate. Anyway, Australia. So I'm just going to explain to you in other countries what happened here. So, a lot of people here had Trump derangement syndrome. Trump is so bad, absolutely bad. Oh my God, how bad Trump is. And he was. Absolutely he was. But they focused on the wrong issues. Oh, authoritative dictator and fascist. And they didn't focus on the minimum wage. They didn't focus on the median wage. They didn't focus on his deregulation of Wall Street and the lead industry and the, industries altogether, and allowing debt collectors to go and take your wages away and your retirement away and gamble with your assets and, all that kind of thing, right? So, and giving away 83% of the country's wealth to the wealthiest 1% of people in this country, the 1% class. So anyway, they didn't focus on that. And so they told you needed to vote for Democrat, and you did it like a good boy. You're a good boy, you're a good girl, and you voted Democrat because they told you to. And then Joe Biden said, I'm going to give you $2,000 if you vote for Warnock in Georgia. And then you voted for Warnock in Georgia, in Ossoff in Georgia, and guess what? You didn't get $2,000. So what they first did was... I'm laughing because it's so funny how stupid they are. They said, "Oh no, no, we didn't mean $2,000. We meant $1,400, and we didn't mean immediately. We meant whenever the fuck we feel like giving it to you. That's whenever the hell we want to." Get this article. Senate Democrats, are slashing unemployment. Slashing unemployment and limiting eligibility for the stimulus check. So they gave you $600 when Trump was in office. They give you $400 after that. And now they are in power. They got the House, the Senate, the White House. And they're going to give you just the 300 smackaroonies. They're slashing unemployment because Joe Manchin and the moderate Democrats... Because Senate moderate Democrats have been pushing Joe Biden to cut unemployment and limit eligibility for the stimulus check payments. Notice how it doesn't say progressives are pushing him the other way, because they're not pushing him. They're not even pushing him to force the vote on a stimulus on the minimum wage. They're not pushing him to force a vote on Medicare for all. They're not forcing him to push a vote. They're not forcing a vote to push him to do $2,000 recurring checks. Nothing. So what did they do? They gave you a $1,200 crummy ass little check, and then they gave you a $600 check. And now, by the way, hold on. So now they're gonna slash unemployment to $300 from $400. So I need you to keep this in mind. Trump gave you more money in unemployment, both stimulus checks, even though you should have had more every month of the pandemic. But anyway, he gave you more money than Joe Biden will on unemployment. So maybe you fast-tracked your bills. Maybe you told your landlord, I can pay you an extra $100 every month, at least to subsidize the rent, or even a little bit to make it easier on me and you. Maybe. Now you're going to have to cut that off, because obviously Joe Biden didn't want to give you that. And then they're limiting the eligibility. They're capping it to if you're a single person and you make, instead of $80,000, limiting it to $75,000. And if you're a couple, you can only make $160,000 instead of the $200,000. So, oh, get this. Look at the formula they're using. They're using your 2019 taxes. So, I'm going to give you a story. Let me just say, so if you made $80,000 in 2019, but then you lost your job in the beginning of the pandemic, well, you're not going to get the stimulus check. And if you're saying, oh, hey, I lost my job and I'm homeless and I'm going to lose my house and I'm going to lose my livelihood, can you please help? And the government's like, no. Here's a fuck you payment. We might have a couple FU payments laying around, some crumbs. But otherwise, no, we're not going to help you. We're not going to raise your wages. We're not going to give you health care. We're not going to give you $2,000 recurring stimulus checks. Because, by the way, you should have a recurring check. Every single month, you should have a $2,000 check, just like the rest of the industrialized Midwestern world. Or Western world, not Midwestern. Just the industrialized Western world. Great Britain, France, Japan, Finland, Ireland, Scandinavia, Denmark, Venezuela. All of them, I'm not sure about Venezuela, I'm pretty sure, but Canada, the Canadians, all of them are giving you $2,000 or $1,000 or whatever. They're paying you better wages than here in the United States, and they're subsidizing your wages. So, and I'm going to do another video on why they're not going to subsidize your wages here or give you relief. But so anyway, okay, so I'm going to give you a story. So my brother, financial aid office at UNLV, the college I go to, University of Nevada, Las Vegas, they're okay. They told me, hey, you need to have your brother claim you if your mom can't claim you because, or anyone else, because you have to, you need it because you're not an independent yet. Because here in Nevada, you have to be 23 to be considered independent, even though you turn 21. Hey, you can be independent only when you're 23, but here, pull out a student loan at 18. You're independent then. Screwed up system. But anyway, so they tell me to do that. I tell my brother. He claims me. Then they say, actually, we don't need you to do that in June, right? Okay. Well, because my brother had claimed me as a dependent, I couldn't get the stimulus check. And any student over 17 could not get it, 17 or over, because, well, they're in college and they're being claimed. And so what I had to do was file my 2020 taxes so that they would then use those taxes instead to provide me the stimulus check. And not only this one, but the other two. Which is nice. Great, I get all that money. But, it would have been nice at that time to pay off debts and other things I needed. And so they're using the 2019 taxes as the formula again. Again. And you hear my neighbors. We have upstairs neighbors now, and very annoying. So, it's incredible. And so this is classic Democrat. You voted for Democrat, they're going to screw you in the ass. And the two top Wall Street dogs and toadies who Wall Street wanted as president and vice president and called Barack Obama and the DNC and Tom Perez, the former head of the DNC, and said, these are our guys. Those are the two. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are the two biggest Wall Street toadies and dogs in the United States right now, aside from everyone in Congress. Wall Street doesn't want you to get relief. Democrats don't want you to get relief. And it's like, they're giving you crumbs. And by the way, this is called the American Rescue Plan. Yeah, rescue back to when? Back to before the pandemic, when 78% of the American people were living paycheck to paycheck anyway, and 40% of the American people couldn't afford a $400 surprise emergency, like a car breaking down, like someone going to the hospital and now having a medical bill or needing medical attention, or oh my God, I'm behind on some bill, my paycheck wasn't enough. Jesus Christ, these people. Anyway. I'm sure you can hear this in the video. So, we're going to go back to that. That's what they meant by back to normal. That's what they meant. They meant, we're going to take you back to the time when you were struggling so bad and we wouldn't help you. You're struggling now, we're going to keep you struggling, but a little friendlier type of struggle. And by the way, while Joe Biden hasn't done a press conference, Joe Biden hasn't done a State of the Union since he was inaugurated. Just wanted you to know that because he's Sleepy Joe and you're not getting relief. And that's what you get for voting Democrat if you did.